welcome back to Build with the Boys. It's time for our weekly catch-up. Firstly, apologies that the content's been a little bit sparse this week on the channel. It's just so hot. We're going through a heat wave in the UK at the moment, and the heat in here has been unbearable. So typically when I build these things in the early evening, it's just unbearable in here. So I've not been able to get the builds done because it's just been nah. But don't worry, that is changing. So we will have more videos up on the channel. Beyond that, it's been a good week, and the reason why it's been a good week is news about Eaglemoss. Now, again, you know that I was building the Ecto1 through Eaglemoss, and I know a lot of you were building other models through them, be it the Delorean, the Enterprise D, or the Eaglemoss Mustang. Well, news has come out about what's happening, but not from Eaglemoss. Eaglemoss, again, I don't know. They've took a stance of we're saying nothing, which is very bizarre under the circumstances, but that's the stance they've adopted. Eaglemoss is pretty much gone as a company. They've let all their staff go. It's the likelihood of Eaglemoss having an investor or something at this point. If they did, they wouldn't have any staff to run the place. So Eaglemoss is pretty much gone. But all of the models that Eaglemoss sell are not made by Eaglemoss. Eaglemoss are not a manufacturer; they're a distributor. So that's all it was. That was their involvement in it. Now, naturally, there would be collaboration with the manufacturer, and Eaglemoss would have done a lot of the groundwork with regards to licensing and things like that. But the manufacturer was a company called Premium Collectibles and Trading, based in China, PCT. They reportedly have bought the models from Eaglemoss. So they manufacture them, but they appear to have bought the distribution rights from them. They've essentially bought the intellectual property, the customer database, that's the big deal, and the web domains. So what does that mean? Well, that means that typically when a company buys another company, particularly one that's struggling or is smaller, what they're really buying is your customer list. That's what they're buying from you. Be that direct to consumer, or be that your client list from businesses. That's what they bought. That's typically what they buy. I mean, everything else is kind of a bonus, but that's what they bought. So what that means is that they have the list of every customer that bought this, so they can contact them via email and they can offer them the models. Now, everything beyond that is speculation, how they're going to do this, when they're going to do this, and what the time scale is. But I mean, the one thing that I think is important to focus on, it's only been 4 weeks, and this seems like an eternity, but it's actually been 4 weeks since Eaglemoss announced administration. 4 weeks later, here we are, and it looks like PCT are going to buy, or are in the process of buying everything from Eaglemoss and distribute them themselves. Now, they do have experience in the park industry because they have a brand called IXO Models, where you can buy very large scale, on the same scale that we're building Ecto and Delorean, in full kits. Now, that doesn't mean that they're only going to offer these in full kits. That's not what this means at all. Because again, they want the customer database, which would suggest, I mean, from all the words that have come out, nothing's official, but from all the word that's coming out, is that they are looking to basically take over Eaglemoss's business, but under their own brand, under their own name, because this would have been a huge chunk of their business as a manufacturer. When you're making the Batmobile, the DeLorean, the Ecto1, the Enterprise D, the Willys Jeep, a couple of the other ones did, the Mercedes and things like that. If all of a sudden that business is gone, then your business is going under with it, because that was a huge chunky business. So it makes sense that they've gone, well, that's not happening, we'll do it ourselves. And they obviously can see there's money there. They're cutting out a huge middleman. So where they were originally selling these things to Eaglemoss, who were then adding their own money on it, they've cut Eaglemoss straight out of the equation. They can sell direct to consumer. It means more profit for them. Now, the big question is going to be, well, can I finish my model from where I was? I don't know that for a fact, but I would say yes. And the reason why is because it's a hell of a deal. If you were PCT and you bought this, Eaglemoss have done all the marketing for you. So Eaglemoss did all the groundwork. They did all the promotion. They did all of the social media. They did all. So they've done that. They've gone and got a huge client list. Here you go. So it would make no sense if you were this company to say, no, everyone's got to build it from the beginning, because we're not going to do that, right? I've got 2 stages left of my Ecto1. There's no way I'm going to start from issue 1 and build the model again. That's not going to happen. And they know that. They're not stupid. That if you've already invested, you're halfway through something, you're not going to go, yeah, I'll start again. It's not going to happen. They're not stupid. They know that. It would be very bad business to cut off the entire customer database you've just bought. So if you've got a customer database, you will see exactly where they were. You'll know where they were. Okay, this guy was at issue 16. This guy was at issue 18. This guy was at issue 19. They can see where the average person was. So the bulk of us that build Ecto1 are around about 35. That's the furthest anyone got, leaving 36 and 37. The bulk of us are going to be at 35. Then you look at where America got to, and I think America got to around about 21, 22. I might be wrong. And then you got people that would have came late, but we're all fairly far along in this thing. No company, no smart company is going to say, yeah, no, we're just telling them they've got to buy it again, because they're not going to. They're not going to. So your customer database is not going to say, yeah, sure, I'll just drop another $1,000 on a model and hope that you see this one through to the end, because they might not. We wouldn't do it. The faith has been damaged. So as the other manufacturer, they will be able to see exactly what needs manufacturing. And as I said before, chances are they already manufactured issues 36 and 37 of the Ecto1, and we're waiting to ship it, but we're holding out for their money from Eaglemoss. They've probably already done it. So it's a case of, we got these, we can just sell it direct to you. Happy days. Now, it's not going to happen quick, because licensing and whatnot is going to have to be decided. And as far as I'm aware, at the moment, that is only applicable to Europe, not USA. But the reason for that is Eaglemoss USA is kind of a separate body from Eaglemoss. So a little more has to happen there before that one's defunct as well. So I can imagine that one's going to go the same way. I can't see why it wouldn't. But in the immediate, it's Europe. So it's looking very positive. It's looking very positive. So I mean, again, as I've been saying from the beginning, don't panic. Don't panic. We're only 4 weeks later, and it already looks like we've got a very good shining light at the end of the tunnel. So there was no need to panic. So again, all the naysayers go, no, that's it, that's your model done. You'll never get this. You'll never get that. Nonsense. Now, how are PCT going to trade? Don't know. I don't know if they're going to trade on the Eaglemoss name or not, because there's a very strange thing that happens in business where the company might not be worth anything, but the name is. A good example of this are Polaroid and Blaupunkt. So Blaupunkt was a German company that were very big in the 80s and the 90s when it came to car stereo equipment, speakers. They were a big deal. They were a really big deal. But they went bust, and they went bust in, I think, 2001, 2002. But someone bought the intellectual property, so they bought the name. So all they can do is they can just put out kind of cheaper audio equipment, but use an established name attached to it. And Polaroid's exactly the same. So the Polaroid cameras, Polaroid, went out of business ages ago. I think it was 2001. They went bust the first time. There was a rescue attempt that went broke again in 2006, I think 2008. But now you see Polaroid branded things. So if you've ever seen a Polaroid television, this is a good example. Supermarkets in the UK sell Polaroid TVs. Polaroid don't make televisions and never have done. What's happened is a company of kind of B, C, D grade electronics, where it would have been some obscure name you've never heard of, have bought the license to use Polaroid's name. So instead of having some weird brand at the bottom of your television, you've got Polaroid, and it's, well, this established brand, Polaroid made this. They didn't. It's just a cheap television with Polaroid's name attached to it. Toys R Us would be the same. So some toy store came out and were like, okay, we don't want to use any of your business model, but that name, Toys R Us, is recognized globally. We would like that name, and that's how it works. So somebody might buy the Eaglemoss name. So this company could trade under Eaglemoss. They're not Eaglemoss. They're just using the name because that's a recognized name. So that could be what happens. I don't know. But it's all very positive. It's all looking very good. So yes, you're going to be able to finish your models. That's the reality. The ones that I can't comment on are the Titanic, which is not made by PCT. That was an Italian company that made that, I believe. and also the Eleanor. The Eleanor was not made by this company, it was made by someone else, so I don't know what's going to happen with those. But Delorean, Ecto, Enterprise D, chances of you finishing your model, very high, very good. We just have to wait and see what happens. It's not going to be quick, but we're going to have to wait and see what happens. Now, when they contact you, it's not as simple as, okay, now we're sending you the parts. You will have to sign up with them, because they're a different company. So they've not bought your bank details. They can't just start direct debiting you for things. So you would have to sign up with them to finish off your build. But again, that we're a ways off that yet. But hopefully, by the end of this year, we could start seeing our stuff. So don't go throwing it all on eBay. Don't go buying stuff from eBay. Just wait. Just as I said, don't panic. Just wait, and we're going to be all right. We're going to be all right. And that's it for Eaglemoss for now. The other one I'm going to talk about is Agora and their mystery cloak. What's underneath the mystery cloak? I know what's underneath the mystery cloak, and it isn't the alien, and it isn't RoboCop. It is this guy. So yeah, that is what is under Agora's cloak. I know it is. There'd be a case of, no, you don't know that. I do know that. That is what's underneath Agora's cloak. And it's nice. It's a really nice build. It was trialed in France earlier in the year, and it's nice. It's a really nice build. It's not one I'm going to do. I don't really have the affection for Transformers. It's not. I liked it. I'm a child of the '80s, so I grew up with them. But that's not my Optimus Prime. That's movie Optimus Prime. If it was Gen 1 Optimus Prime, maybe. But it's not for me. But that is what's under Agora's cloak. If I'm wrong, I'd be surprised. Put it this way: if I'm wrong and that's not what's under the cloak, that is still going to Agora. In the very unlikely event that isn't what's revealed under the cloak, because it is. He would be very shortly announced after, but I'm telling you, that is what's under the cloak at Agora. I just know. Okay, honestly. But he's lovely. I mean, he's a really nice thing. I don't know how it's going to work. I don't know if it's going to be packs of 10 or packs of 6 or what. But that is, so Optimus Prime will be what's under the cloak at Agora Models. So there you go, mystery over. Beyond that, we've had a quiet week because it's just been too hot to build in here. It just has. Because I can't do it. I can't do it. It's way too hot. But we have got more coming. So we've got notification that pack 9 of Route Master is on the way, and I still haven't posted the pack 8 video, which is done. So pack 9 means we're going to be putting the roof on the lower deck, and we're going to put the top deck onto the bus. So we will have kind of the full structure of it. It's not secured in place, but it will look like a double decker at that point. Flying through, it's been a dream to build. I do have the next 4 packs of the Disney Dolls House, so those will be up either later on this evening or early tomorrow morning, or maybe a bit of both. So those will be done as well. Iron Man is on the way, so 79 to 82 of Iron Man, and our first LEDs for the premium base will be coming. Those will be up next week. R2-D2 is also here that we've got. So we've got the next 4 R2-D2, so we'll be doing those as well. So those will be up. But yeah, so loads. I just need a break in this weather because it's been brutal. It's my kid's birthday next week, so my eldest son Oscar turns 12 next week, and he's going to be doing a video of something he's getting. I've got him something very cool. I can't tell you what because he watches these, but he's going to want to do a video, and trust me, you'll like it. So he's going to do a video of something that he's getting for his birthday, and it's a beautiful thing. It really is. We got some other stuff coming up. So we've got more of the Robot Time Roker Roll-Off wooden builds coming up. We also have a one-day build Stranger Things item, which you'll like. It's a cool little thing that we saw, and I thought, you know what, if you like Stranger Things, it's a lovely little thing to have. Saw it, got it, and once that comes through, we'll show you that one as well. If you haven't yet, please like and subscribe. Thank you to everybody that's subscribed so far. It's very much appreciated. We love having you on this journey with us. If you have any questions at all, please pop in the comments. If you don't want to put them in the comments, you can put them to us via email. You can contact us at buildwiththeboys@outlook.com, and we'll be happy to answer anything you might need an answer to. In a world where you can be anything at all, just be nice. Please remember to like and subscribe, and we will catch you on the next one.